You need the dignity of a private space. And I don't have that, and many people are deprived of that. They're not allowed to have that by many circumstances, many machinations. A lot of the machinations, um, Machiavellian, Machiavellian in nature. A lot of the machinations to ensure certain segments don't have it. And you can see it very starkly here in Europe in the anger welling up in yourself. But if you have this Muslim religion, then you want to the primitive mind resigns and says, "Oh, these are kafirs. These are kafirs. These are unbelievers. Look how unbelievers are treating me and treating us." Then you start spreading how you're individually. The sick mind then starts to spread how you're individually being treated as joining a cabal or a rabble of elders and saying, we are being treated like that, when it's actually you are being treated like that, not other Muslims. There's only something wrong with you. Yeah, not with everybody else. And you can't even fall into that trick because that's reverse psychology. Because you are ugly black person. This is reverse psychology. You can't fall into that trick. This is a deception of the devil. We Muslims believe it, and some Christians do too. It's a deception of the shaitan. But really, what they do is they guilt trip you and say you have sinned, and you have sinned disgustingly. You have sinned shamefully, and you know it. You know what your sin is. I don't want to go. It's something really, really shameful. You have really sinned. So what happened is when the Christian minister was pushing me to convert to Christianity, that was coming from the U.S. government saying he was communicating on behalf of those Christians in the U.S. government, saying that you must be hiding things. You're hiding something. This is my personal life. Stay out of my life, man. Stay out of my life. You purport to be people that are for privacy, people that are for freedom, individual choice, all that. Stay the heck out of my life, man. Leave me alone. And I'm contemplating the burden right now of having to carry all of these clothes that I don't need. I don't know where I can take them. The Sisters of Mother Teresa, the charity here in Reykjavik, Iceland, they don't open until 9 in the morning or after 9. I don't know exactly. The hours change, and you cannot force anybody and insist. The woman yesterday, which I was showing with the tattered clothes and all of that, she goes there. I see her sometimes walking there. But other than that, you can look at the filth. Like right now, I'm the only black guy here, obviously. Right? The can is full, and they would say, well, why don't you take that duty upon yourself? But look at it, how the can is piling up. No one even does this. No one even makes the effort to do this. Even among Muslims here living in Europe. They won't even make the effort to do that, and they won't even arrange to have a central point where all the garbage is put in and take the trash out. They won't even do that. So imagine the horror is as homely and unattractive as I have become due to these external stimuli and pressures being forced upon me. Imagine if you have to marry somebody like that. That's dirty and filthy, nasty, nasty, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that kind of stuff, man. But this nasty life that you're witnessing, me living, this nasty life, they are forcing this on us, man. Yeah, particularly on blacks. And forget about the Africans, man, because the Africans are somehow covered to some degree. Yeah, they're covered. They're somehow a little more protected, especially the corrupt, crooked, kleptocratic ones. But black American males in particular, and women, but the males, they're forcing this on us, man. They're forcing this on us out. And I'm not saying, and when I say that, I mean, I'm talking about people of the ruling ethnic class, people of European ancestry, sort of like a collusion, but particularly white Americans. Americans of European ancestry. Yeah, Americans, Canadians colluding into it, British to some extent, colluded into it. The Five Eyes countries, Australia, to some degree, with the darker Aboriginal communities are colluded into this effort, but not as bad. In New Zealand, a little bit, but not as bad. Yeah, Australia and New Zealand, not as bad, but still there. But Australia, starkly so for some time, like that, because the people of European ancestries are desperate people. They are desperate people, man. You always have to remember that. Look at the climate they come out of. And they have endured this climate, these cold climates, and the nuances of sex and pussy, and the access to it, and the tease, and the culture of continuous tease and flirtation and tease and flirtation. This is a form of dawah. Dawa, Dawa Ilahi, Nurani, Safort of Dawa Tilkonia. A Dawa, man, of how not rancid, how and not decrepit, how dysfunctional their life system is as compared to Islam. It's a Dawa, man, that there's nothing but flirtation and titillation and tease and licking and sucking and nipples and breasts and things bouncing around, but there's no marriage. Nobody's marrying anybody, and you're not allowed. Yep, it's really raining. You are not allowed to approach anyone to marry anyone. You're not allowed. See, the only thing I can do now is the things that I wanted to carry in the street. I can't carry them in the street. And then if I want to keep it hidden from Mansour, that I'm giving away all my clothes and getting ready to flee and to run, he's the only one that would pick me up and give me the Ahmadiyya Imam for this country. Mansour, very good brother. He would pick me up and give me a ride when no other Muslims would give me a ride. I would be outcast. So either it has been decided by people of statecraft, possibly Black Americans are involved, Afro Americans, that I feel it in the force. This is all I can say. Use fictional terms, Star Wars fictional terms, because I have nothing to refer to. But I can feel it, that Black American, particularly women, who observe my sexual relations or my relations, that I may feel that I'm unattractive. So I reach out to other people to try to have better genetic material in other ethnic groups. The top genetic material or appearances of my ethnic group, they don't want anything to do with me for the most part. So I'm an outcast. So I reach out to other people who find me to be novel or as a novelty. So those Black women may have been, within the U.S. State Department and other organizations, and Black men as well, colluded that America and your home and your ghettos and your stuff is better for you than what happened to you in Singapore. Yeah, you have been reminded that your place is really in the inner city ghettos of America, and that's it. And that is solely it. That's the only place you belong. You don't belong anywhere else. See, somebody may be coming, and they may be coming to use the bathroom. It's definitely raining. And that's the only place that I'm supposed to be. They may have made this decision in secret, and I have no idea how this decision was made. And I wasn't party to the decision making or the meeting. This was decided. So that's being said. These are pseudo undemocratic processes under the flag of democracy. That go on, and that's why the capitalistic aspect is very important. But Bitcoin is a volatile thing. I've been looking into it. Yeah, it's a volatile thing. At the moment, it's providing privacy and freedom of transfer of funds. Meaning that somebody really, really bad intention, they would already have moved thousands of Bitcoin. Unlike me, I deal in very small transactions where I deal with maybe only a fifth, a tenth, or a half of a tenth of a Bitcoin at any time, or even less than that. Yeah, even less than that with Bitcoin. Why would that be of interest to a nation state or to a security or intelligence apparatus? Somebody are dealing with 3% of a Bitcoin that doesn't have any more money than that. Why would that be of interest, man? It has to be only petty, man. Yeah, by process of elimination, man. Anybody with common sense could see that, man. Why would any investigator not help with that unless they support the precedent that anybody suspicious has to be followed and has to be not only followed, fettered, and neutralized and inhibited from life activities. Yeah, unless they believe in that, which is a sort of fascism.